Really enjoyed the track layout since the very first laps. We were competitive from the very first laps. Q1 and Q2 I was really happy with the job I've done, and especially Q2 is probably the best laps I've ever done in qualifying. And then Q3 I'm disappointed, but yeah, I cannot be too disappointed either, because anyway the laps were good enough for pole, but there was much more in these 2 laps. I did too many mistakes, and yeah, but it's like this. I'm happy.
Feeling is obviously very good, no, with the car, with the team. I think we've been on it all weekend, and it's amazing to have a front row lockout. Unfortunately, we cannot put that for the race, and I will have to start 12th, which obviously puts me in a very bad mood, and very disappointed, as you can imagine, because I would love to be fighting for the win tomorrow, and unless something extraordinary happens, it will not be the case, and I will have to do a comeback race that hopefully I can enjoy at least, and do a good job.
Clearly, we are lacking a little bit, but it's not really a surprise, to be honest. I think if you look at the track layout, low grip, a lot of big braking zones, 90-degree corners, and then of course a lot of low-speed corners. That is just not our strength this year, and we know that. So we tried to do the best we could, and I think in Q3 we definitely did the best we could. So at the end, P3 and then of course P2 for tomorrow is still, all in all, I think an okay result.
Very satisfied with qualifying. We was always up there. The Ferraris were a step ahead of everybody today, but P4 I think was pretty well maximised, close with P3 with Max, but starting 3rd tomorrow, which is a great place to start.
What do you think the race car is going to be like tomorrow from what you learned after practice?
It's going to be very tricky. A lot of grain in for all teams. Max is kept 2 hards and 2 mediums, I think, because nobody knows how it's going to pan out.
Buzzing. I mean, it was so unexpected. Came into the weekend and into qualifying thinking it was going to be probably the most difficult weekend and challenging session of the season, and somehow I have no explanation. I just felt very good in the car, managed to put some of my best laps of the year, be right at the limits. Yeah, we only, I think a 10th or 2 away from that, from Max, who is lining up in 2nd tomorrow. So, no, very pleased.
I'm happy. I think actually the qualifying session didn't go that smoothly. I wasn't that happy with the car for the whole session, but each time we went out, we were just trying little things, bit by bit, getting the car better and better. But it's great. We're in the hunt. We know we are being hunted. We knew this track was going to suit us, and that creates a bit of pressure in some ways, to perform.
A happy boy for sure. Just nice to see what we've been working on come together. I feel like we've had that potential for a while, but it finally was able to get it all together over 3 qualifying sessions, which is nice. And yeah, it was tight there at the end. So I'm glad I was a few hundreds quicker than P10. But yeah, it's a great day for the team, and I think we have a good race car as well.
Well, that is the next big question. How are you feeling about tomorrow? What you've learned on the high fuel? How are you feeling just generally about this layout? Because you look confident out there.
Yeah, I honestly today I felt really good. From FP3 onwards, just felt like a good day all around.
Yeah, really pleased. I think it's for us it's a great result. It's just a shame my teammate had a tricky Q1. Otherwise, probably both cars there was a chance, but. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Quite surprising actually, coming to this race. I wasn't quite sure where we're going to be, so definitely take it, and it gives us good opportunity for tomorrow.
Good, Q3 in the mix up there, so really happy with that, and see what we can do tomorrow. There's not too much to say, in terms of qualifying. We've been good before, and then fall back on Sunday, so that's what we'll try and avoid tomorrow, of course, but. Yeah, we'll do our best and see what we can.
I think we maximize everything. I'm happy with the laps. I'm happy with the performance to be in Q3. It was probably the maximum we could achieve today. These type of tracks with long straights are not maybe our strength at the moment. We're struggling in Monza and in other circuits with these characteristics. So yeah, I think top 10 was the target. We achieved it just, and let's see tomorrow.
And with McLaren struggling as well, it's an important weekend for you guys in that fight for P4 in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame that it's not a good track for McLaren, not a good track for us. It's a good track for Williams and some other guys, Ferrari. But yeah, we will try to do our best to score some points if possible, and let's see.
Pretty terrible, but it is what it is. It's impressive to see the Williams so high up. yeah, just didn't have any grip out there. I don't think the tires were working the whole session. So yeah, not ideal. It's been a problem I've had for a long time. So.
Any feeling a little bit more positive about tomorrow? Because the race car generally this season has been a little bit better for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we started the weekend with a lot of degradation, as a lot of people did, a lot of graining. So it'll be really interesting to see. I made some changes to the car, and I'm hoping that it works in the race.
Very bad session for us. Already in Q1 we were compromised a bit with our own program, but yeah, come Q2 it was. I think we just finished a little bit too early. There was a bit more track evo there, and it was a shame that we just couldn't make the most of it because we seem to need that little final 10th in it. So yeah, a little bit of a shame. But on the other hand, there is nothing we can do now. So let's focus on tomorrow, and hopefully we are able to come through the field because we have a fast race car.
I think we have the pace. I mean, clearly we have it. Kevin is there. I had it too. Unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't have a clean lap on the second or the ultimate, the lap that mattered. Locked up into turn 7 and yeah, bummer. But somehow I feel maybe we have half a chance here of having a race or a fight on our hands. I think the cooler temps hopefully help us. It's just about I think graining tomorrow, but I think most cars have similar issues. So. Going to be interesting to see that.
I mean, it was very tight between all the cars. Felt happy with my lap. So yeah, just a lot of loss in the straight line. So we got to look into that.
I think it actually went better than probably how our weekend has gone so far. I think we've definitely struggled, particularly on like one lap pace. I think every session we were P18, P19, P20. We were looking like a Q1 car. So we made some fairly big changes for qualifying, and I was definitely a little happier with the car.
The pace of the car was where we are, to be honest. It's where we've been all weekend. We've been a long way off the pace, but I'd say where we expected to be, honestly. So it's been a tough weekend. Just the car's not been performing where we've been the last few weeks, of course. So I guess that's disappointing, but at the same time, since our first few laps, we already knew we were not going to be very quick.
Yeah, we don't seem to catch a break this season, really. We always seem to be on the wrong end of things, if it's for penalties, incident on tracks, collisions, whatever it is. It's we always seem to struggle and to be hurt by all of these things.
Pace was there, quite easily make for Q2. I didn't get to the last lap. I was fighting with, I think it was Ocon and Max into the last chicane. I mean, Max slowed down massively, so we all bunched up, and then we have to go at some point. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get the last lap where most of the guys did.
First few laps, we were in the top 5, more or less. So I don't think it was really an issue of pace. Just run plan maybe wasn't what it should have been.
Car was just stopping at the last sector. I have to stop as well, and the tire was super cold, and yeah, didn't have any grip and went over, had a lock up.